All right. What's going on? Whoever is in here. I'm just looking at some CPU performance stuff. So all the physics overlaps, animation ones point about a millisecond, 5.3 and 7.6, averaging 25 with a max of 75. That was Wednesday. Let's see where we're at now. $24.99. Ooh, that average does not look better, which doesn't really matter that much. What does matter is this. So let's see. It's down to 0.72 max. 5.3 versus 5, 10 down to 12. Min is higher there. The update overlaps is higher, but interesting. Somewhat inconclusive that that's better. I know it's better, but I wanted the numbers to reflect that. But all in all, not too bad. What's going on here? Update overlaps. Of course, it's update overlaps. Okay. Well, that answers that question at least. Let's see, 4, it's 8, so it's actually more calls now, so there's more players. 89. Okay. Oh yeah, that's stair lighting. Oh, excellent. So I guess these are just... Okay. Maybe these can be stationary. I don't know. On this one, 500. What is it in Gifu? Let me see what it is in Gifu. Oh, it's 0? No wonder it's so weird in this. Okay. I don't know why it was 500. It's probably to fix something else. Okay. I'm just gonna be like rapid fixing a bunch of shit. So Destructible Gate. It has been a long time. I think I'm just gonna do what I did before and have, I might just roll this back to how I had it before. It really has. I really don't think we ever needed to stop. There was no one that was like really scoping for our final stuff. What's up, Abrams tank? Get to see under the hood for a change. Yeah, I'm just gonna do what I did before for this and just call this end. And this is gonna be a looping section. I can't remember how to do that though. In this new way. Twitch. Oh, that's how you do it. You just set it to loop. Okay, so that's what was happening before. I don't know if that allows it to properly destroy, but that's fine. Okay, so the other thing, I'm gonna have to build lighting to fix this, but it needs to happen anyway. The lighting in here being too dark. I'm just gonna, I just need one of these lights. Oops, it took the candle with it. Do I not just have lights? I guess I don't, really. How do I just not have a light that's not part of a source? That's close enough. Doesn't really matter if there's a light source or not. I do need to turn off volumetric scattering. The boss is lurking in something. I saw his name somewhere. It's like we had the whole playtest continued. I like it. I really, like, pretty much if you guys weren't in these, like, if chat was dead, I really just did not enjoy streaming at all. It was kind of pointless. That was like, I was getting like tired doing it. It was easier for me to just put stand up on. Yeah, this is broken lighting big time. Alright. It's good enough for me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I mean, this collision really doesn't stick out enough to ruin the effects. Let me see. Let me put this in test mode and just look at what ground targets are doing. Okay, so it's catching the ceiling. That's freaking weird. Okay, I see what they're talking about now. It's like forcing it back here. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, it looks like it's the ceiling pieces. I'm just gonna edit those. Collision, custom. Hanako weapon. ET abilities are gonna ignore. Projectile, they do still need to. I thought there was ability ignore. I think this, and then I don't want the camera fucking with that either. Alright, let's see if this still fucks it up. No, what the hell? Why is that still the thing? What? What the hell? Is it the floor? Why would it be the floor though? Okay. Do not understand. The alt one is even more confusing to me. So there's a collision, it's like colliding with itself, but only in here. No, it happens in here too. What the hell? Okay, so I didn't realize this was happening in like the whole castle. What the? Does this shit happen outside? Oh my god, Abrams, you didn't know? This is the freaking ultimate, bro. This is the best ability for all the characters right here. Okay, so it works there. You know what? I bet I know what it is. There's a bunch of volumes that might be like blocking abilities or something. So it's not that one. It's not mini-map. It might be like this trigger volume. No, it's set to ignore. It's overlap Hanako weapon. Just in case. Ooh, block ET abilities. I bet that's why. If this is why, blame Lawrence. Yep, there it is. Fixed it, boys. There is a giant volume that changed attenuation. Let me make sure it works here. Yeah, it was the giant. This trigger volume here, that basically it changes the reverb when you walk in, but it was set to block Hanako weapons, or sorry, Hanako abilities. So it was basically colliding with the volume every time. It's the default properties for like the trigger preset, so this is probably possible in many maps. So Arthur, while you're in here, let me show you something. So if you type, when you're running the game in a dev build, start space start file, let it run, and then start space stop file, it'll give you these UE4 stat files. Depending on where you run them, it changes where they go, and it'll open up this crazy interface it'll look like this when it opens, something like this. You'll want to scale it to like that, and then you can move this in. And then what you can do is on this graph, you can basically click drag over an area where there's like a couple little mini spikes. You can zoom in on these. And this is a list of like all the CPU threads. You can come into render thread and expand these with the arrow keys. Most of these are like previous frames, but you can come into init views and you can dig through here, and sometimes there's effects in this thing. I can type render thread and add it to as a curve, and then in here it usually follows game thread or precedes game thread, so it's kind of hard to find things. You might have made the effects too good to where I can't find any problem ones. It looks like it's just dynamic shadows, which is concerning for a different reason. But this is from Ajani's laptop, so it's not that surprising that it's expensive. Yeah, there's a lot of like, this map has some crazy light complexity. No wonder it's so expensive. It doesn't actually tell you what it's quantified as. I can see lighting somewhere else. Something else I want to look at though is Hanako Castle. I was actually getting pretty bad frame rate on my supercomputer, which is, I'm going to go look at that in a second because I need to go fix something in that map anyway. And this, I'm just going to go ahead and bake this real quick. Medium's fine. Arthur, this is only for CPU performance. I use render doc for GPU performance, which I usually don't really have to do a whole lot of. But in here, it's probably I would imagine the water plane is a little expensive. It's actually, yeah, it's a little pricey, but it's not surprising. There's also like a fog plane under it too that like doubles the overdraw. People on low-end machines would struggle there. Yeah, our quad overdraw is pretty good. Look at all these cores. I'm not even using all of them. I have these open ones still. 36 threads, my friend. There's actually... Yeah, 3090. Yeah, I am on high settings or max, so I guess it makes sense. There's a lot of LOD zeros in this view. This isn't, it's probably why this point's probably expensive too, because you're like looking in here too. I almost should make it, what we should have done is had this blocked and had like 2 openings here, so you didn't have to. What's going to happen is you're going to draw all the crap in here, because you're going to see the bounds of like all of this. Yeah, I got this motherboard a while ago, and I didn't really. Why? What's the point of even having that for gaming? You're only as good as your work at your weakest part. You better be like editing movies and making games with that kind of processor. All right. So next map, Hanako Castle. I already had a LGA, what is it, 2066 socket. So the 10980XE is like the best processor I could get for this socket without switching to AMD. So I just didn't switch. Okay, there's the ground pad back. Oh, hold on, I screwed up something. Forgot to change the game mode back. Oh yeah, Ajani will be most pleased with this new lighting. It is pretty dark in this thing. Alright, let me submit that real quick. Arthur, everyone likes Family Guy. Except kids that were born when Family Guy was in like season 15. Okay, so what's the freaking deal with this map? Why was I running so bad on it? Okay, try count is not high. It's actually extremely low. Draw calls are fine. Oh yeah, I forget you're in that area as a boss. Lawrence gets asked that all the time too. Dude, so is Quahog like a real? Oh yeah, Zabas. Where was it? Forgot to fix the these guys. It's a mesh spline, so I have to like go fix it in Blueprint. What is this? End caps, mesh detail. That's not it. End caps, static mesh component. Yep, that's why. Block all dynamic. It should be block all ignore camera. A new one that I made and fixed. Oh, did this break lighting in here? I think it probably did. No, it didn't. It shouldn't have made this map dirty. I ain't saving it. Base pass. Shadow depths. Yeah, there's really no reason for this to be like crazy. Base pass is kind of high. And then there was somewhere in here, like over here somewhere, right? Was it these guys? Okay. I'm gonna assume that these are probably involved in that too. Actually, I don't want the camera to. I don't mind it happening for certain things. Oh my god, did the right click bug happen? No. There's a right click bug in this Unreal where it doesn't let you right click until you reopen the editor. It's super annoying. Tank, I can't believe you didn't know there are ultimates in our game. But then again, you've missed like 30 tests in a row, so I'm not guilt tripping. I'm just giving you grief because it's funny. I know it's the intention that matters. All right. Basically, I have to type this for collision profile for every object that your camera screws up in, just so you know, Zabas, of what I have to do that for every single like model that we need to exclude. Yeah, it's if we had time, we'd probably redo the skill tree to not be shitty like that. Need to, you know who you can blame for this? A certain Arthur variety. That works for me. Good enough. It drives me nuts that the fog like goes through the ceiling. What was I gonna do on this map? Oh yeah, the ground pad. This one doesn't have one anyway, because it does the tatami final point. So, I think this map was all I wanted to do. I wouldn't mind testing GPU, but I mean, there's settings that I can just like activate that, but and I might add like a super ultra setting at some point, but for now I'm not worried about it. Oh yeah, there was something else. These guys did not block or did not block the camera, and I really hated it trying to fight around the point. I actually wanted to block. It was like letting it would like you'd be fighting right here and then your camera would be like on the other side. It was bad. Okay. Hanako Village is gonna have a number of things. All the like ground pads got moved like somewhere stupid I need to go fix. So the first one I remember in testing you like just fall like into the thing here because there's a dip and it needs to be even. So what I'm gonna do is just gotta sculpt the damn landscape. And then what I need to do is sculpt it down until I see the capture point and then flatten the rest of it again based on that. Okay. Yeah, you were like falling into this before. And now there's just some jaggies around here. Yep, it does not take much to break landscape lighting. Okay, so let me hop in here real quick. Remind me to take it off of test mode when I'm done. I just use that so I can skip the warm-up and just go straight in. Ooh, his feet are really in there. Test mode saves our team just a crap ton of time. I think I'm just going to move the ground pad physically down. I actually don't mind if some snow and ground like cuts into it, unless it looks bad, but I don't love that, but oh yeah, now the flag is like floating. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to move this down and then move the ground pad back up. Okay, I'm gonna move it to right there, and then I'll just counter the landscape again. Alright, now just like 8 more of these. Not really, there's only like a couple. I think the other ones were fine, but I just need to double check. Oh yeah, this one's like buried now. Okay. 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 It's fine. Everything's fine. I think it's turned off on low. Yeah, it's all that overdraw. That's actually, I think those effects are like turned off on detail modes. Yeah, they're on high only, so they're only on good computers that can handle it. Ooh, I almost missed this one. I think this one should be flattened to like where this is. Oops, it's not what I wanted at all. Got that one, these three. I don't think I missed any. Let me just run around with the ninja real quick and make sure they're not like stupid. Okay, that's not bad. As long as you can see like 90, like most of the foot. I don't care if the sole like, ooh, this one's not good. Okay, need to fix that one. And kind of need to fix that one too. This one's good. Oh yeah, I need to make the banner smaller tonight. I'll do that. It really does look like it's coming out of like the ninja's butt crack crease. Oh yeah, I need to smooth that. But ooh, there's a hole. Ship it. It's good. Hey guys, the half torso bug's fixed. I really wish it would remember the last brush and tab that you were on. I think the old interface used to. Yeah, maximum clinch. Oh yeah, this one is just like because it's kind of annoying to have to do it this way to fix a bug, but it's kind of worth it. Let me make that a little bit bigger so I can do this easier. And then it was this one that was a little... This one shouldn't have been, but... It's super annoying it doesn't remember anymore. Oh, I know what I can do to make that better. Oh, I don't think you were around Arthur when we had the ghosts. So we did it right when we did an engine upgrade. We were in 415 for like 2 years, I feel like, and we decided to move to 421. And and then as soon as we did, every time you killed someone, yeah, there we go. It's not great, but every time you killed someone, it would leave behind their body in the idle pose, and they would never ever go away. So by the end of like a Gifu, you'd have like 50 of them all over the map. It was, and we couldn't figure out why. It was really bad. Not having collision on this is actually pretty fucking annoying. Because every point's gonna have to be like sculpted like this. I still need to go do the Yamai map. What I'm gonna do though, the reason this is sticking through, there's actual height built into the texture, so I can just like paint the path layer and that'll like move it back down. The players getting half stuck in the point. So when we were in 421, the bug, it changed in how it worked. What it used to be was it would just, it would like occlude players, so you just like see players disappear. And then after we upgraded to 426, it turned into the one where you get like half stuck in it. Ooh, I missed a spot. What's up, guys? It's back. Come on in, the ground pad's fine. And this is why you thoroughly test before you do patches. I'm glad we didn't play a ton of this tonight, because like these points were really bad in this map. Oh, you go and attack the ghosts pawns like all the time. Then it didn't help when bot stopped pathing well too. Whoa, what? How's that a thing that's occurred? I don't think something funky happened. Just in case, I'll hit this with the retopo. That should like force the collision. Ooh. People don't play objectives anyway. Fair. It's like, alright, well, screw it. No one plays the payload, so... What the hell is this? God. I really don't want to do this, but remove landscape XY offsets. I hate that. Why do you have to do that command so much? Yep, there we go. Fixed it. It's idiotic that you have to do that all the time, but... Floating grass? Ooh, that's a little ugly right there. There's a command called remove landscape XY offsets. And what happens is the verts get pushed on X and Y, and that like confuses the collision, and that command just like removes those, so it's only height map. Because the height map doesn't actually support X and Y, so it throws off the collision. It's stupid, but it's how it works. These need to be like moved up a little bit. I think this is foliage, not... Oh, is this landscape grass that's doing this? Okay. Well then, in that case... I'm trying to think, I think all the points are good now. I'm going to change this back to BP Simple Village. And then build lights. Because changing landscape breaks lighting everywhere. In the meantime, good time for questions. Ah, you don't remember roll pick. Arthur, have we told you the story of roll pick? If not, I should definitely tell you the story of roll pick. So when we were first testing the capture the scroll mode, which have I told you the story of the informant mode? Just so we all have something to enjoy watching light builds. So our original design for that mode was it was going to randomly pick a player to be the informant, put an icon above their head. When you killed them, they would ragdoll, and as soon as you touched them, you would basically like put them over your shoulder, and it would socket them in like a carried pose over your shoulder. You'd have to take them back to your base instead of a scroll. And then you would basically hold them there for a minute, and the enemy team would try to rescue their dude. And if they didn't, then he would basically tell you where the village map is. And that was the whole point of that mode and why those maps are always before village. So then we change it to where like the scrolls are just like map pieces. The problem, and what really drives me nuts, and it's one of the hardest things about game development, as a boss, you've heard me say this 100 times. A game mode or any given design can be really good, but if the feedback sucks, then the mode or the gameplay will suck. But if you have really good feedback, it can bail out a bad mechanic or an average mechanic, or a great mechanic won't be great until the feedback's great. So that mode, we kind of went in circles on it for 10 years because the feedback was never good. It never told you what status the scroll was in or the informant. It never really told you what you were supposed to be doing. Like all the HUD stuff that we have now, the gameplay alerts, all that shit. We used to just test like without that. We had to tell people what to do. So the mode was never fun because everyone was confused. And so once we actually got, by the time the messaging was right, we were in classic capture the flag, and the other mode would have been a lot cooler. But anyway, when we first changed the scrolls, we just put like a quick like text widget on the scroll, but it wasn't wide enough to hold the text, so it cut off the S of scroll, and it picked up, I think it cut off like the up of pickup, so it just said roll pick, and it kind of like everyone just started calling it get the roll pick, and that's what we called the scroll for like probably 2 years. Oh my god, I clicked too fast, so now the stupid right-click bug. Wait, is it fixed? Nope, gotta restart editor. Well, I can submit the Hanako changes, so. Abrams, you just missed some Hanako history. Of some fun stories from the past. So I'm gonna do something very fun after this, and feedback as in messaging to the player. So like effects and what HUD elements are telling the player. And there are points where we had so much text on the screen that it was like too much messaging. So that's when we started like scaling back and trying to do more icons and more um, color coding and stuff. And this is why what we talked about, like how Smite does effects, is so important to show you how the gameplay is. And one of the best examples I think in our whole game of effects feedback is what you did with Fuji Hammer. There's a wind up that shows you the moves coming. There's a kind of the burst when the damage is dealt or the end of the attack, and that it tells you everything you need to know about the ability. And I feel the same way about like the buffs and curses too. Like let me find the image really quick. It's gonna take me a while, but come on, you stupid thing. Do I have the... No, that's not the one that I wanted. I was going to show you the Steam item definitions. They're stupid. I'm looking for a specific image. Nope, went too far. All right, hold on. I'll find it somewhere else. There we go. Found it. This was a picture of our HUD. Maybe we had this HUD for probably 2000 since 2017-ish until whenever. So this image is an important one for the game because I sent this exact screenshot to my mentor, the guy that's done. He did our key art and most of the new icons, a lot of the HUD redesign, all the menu redesigns. Like I did the work, but he designed where stuff should go. I sent him this exact screenshot, and that's when he said like this lighting sucks, redo it, and that's why Castle looks how it looks. And then after that he's like, all right, now do that to the whole game. And then he said get rid of the cell shader outline, and he's kind of just beat all the weaknesses of the game out of it. And this screenshot was the starting point. And you can see like it's a shitty font. You can't even read it because it's a terrible serifs font. There's stuff everywhere. Though we still have, this isn't that old actually because Castle Raid is in the last like year or two. So this was probably like 2019. This isn't that old. But it's nice to see that how far the game's come in the last year or two. But anyway, back to this. I don't remember why I even opened Gifu. I'm going to do something really fun after I finish this map. Something I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm gonna. Something I want to get done for Wednesday, but it shouldn't be that hard. So same thing for this map, all the capture points. I don't think I ever had a ground pad for this. Did this have ground pad true? Yep, enable ground pad, I guess I did. Oh, I see what it did. You know, this one is on such a weird surface that's not landscape. I'm just no ground pad for this. I don't think it's required. You know, every game I've ever worked on, most of the game was made in the last 10 to 20% of the actual time. I feel that way about ours. This for sure. 100%. Most of the stuff in the game that's really really good was in the last couple years. And to your other point, Arthur, I agree. Anticipatory effects are really important, especially in a multiplayer game. Like, it gives a telegraph for people to react. I don't know what the heck happened to these in this. They all got moved. Ooh, this one's gonna be... So I'm gonna base it on like right here and then flatten everything to this. And there goes my landscape lighting. Okay. Yeah, this map they like really got fucked up on. I'll show you the stick samurai in a second. Okay. You found stick samurai, Arthur? Man, you're a pro at tracking down Hanako lore. Did I get all these? I feel like I missed one. I got that one. Now I need to walk on them and make sure they're not broken. I'll go to it after I test this. Oh yeah, before I do something fun, I want to do... Okay, that one's... Okay, that one's good. They look like ground decals now, like you can kind of see under them, but it's better than, I think it's better than the bug, honestly. The bug was so bad, that's like review score affecting bad of a bug. Oh yeah, that one's already using collision, so. Okay, yeah, these are good. So I think I need to build lighting again. Oh man, Arthur, have you ever opened the original Gifu or the original Mount Yari? Yeah, it did. There was like a stick that I just forgot to delete in Gifu, and it became a whole legend. It's kind of insane. Well, this is building BRBs. All right. Oh yeah, what category should I be playing on or using on stream? Oh yeah, I'll go back to science and tech. I was in art, but yeah, I dread having to make the last one because there's like it needs to be such a vague overview of the game, and there's still some shots we'll use. You know, we'll use the painting transformation and like the ninja venom needles off the roof, and then hitting the like double kill. And there's still like some really nice shots, but I also want to basically. I've been recording like us crashing through the gate, and then I try to go get like a sprint Fuji hammer ground stab kill, and just get really want I want a shot for all four classes that's as good as that ninja shot. And then I want to show off destruction. Gate destruction will be a big one because I think that's probably like the best one in the game because the effects, and that's the main reason I want the other destructibles to have. I think destroying this one and having the tree grow will be good. Um, and just kind of show different parts of different game modes. So have like capture point combat, like scroll, have like a scroll runner getting chased, like chasing down a scroll runner and killing him right before he captures. Like just like we don't really show the horizontal range of our game a whole lot in trailers, and it needs to be like show the very best, but also show all that we offer too. It's kind of hard. Is the stick samurai still in this one or is it in the original Gifu? We still have it. I'll open the original Gifu anyway. Mostly so I can vomit at how bad it looks, but it used to be like somewhere over here. I don't even remember where it is anymore. I know where it is in the original Gifu. Wait, did I change the game mode back? Oh, damn it, wrong map. Yes, it did. Let's go to original Gifu just for fun. So, Arthur, and since you guys are OGs as well, I think our next game mode is going to be FFA, and we're just going to do 24 man, every man for himself. And we'll either do everyone has like 5 or 10 lives, and it's on like, and that'll be the precursor to doing like the battle royale with like the map that matches. But FFA can be played on every map, so, and we'll just put spawn points like all over random. Holy God, I haven't looked at this map in a very long time. This is the first Hanako map, Arthur. The very, very first. Well, actually, I'll show you the actual first, but this is the first map that was like multiplayer. It was freaking gigantic. In fact, I'm going in. Why are there health bars floating around this? Did we have... are there destructibles in this? I don't remember destructibles in this map. Oh yeah, so we had spawn points like up here and then like the big camp, but now that I'm in here you can see how freaking huge this map is. Like it is huge. Like we would definitely probably test Battle Royale on this map just because it's big enough for 50 players. The original Hanako. Oh, there's health bars on the... We used to have ammo pickups. I don't think... Does the Hanako gun do anything in this? I don't think so. It's still kind of similar. Like, there's still the middle part's kind of the same, but holy crap, the edges are gigantic. The pond shader doesn't even work in this anymore. I think I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, this map's probably like 10 years old now, I feel like. Because we had this map actually was in UE3 even. The stick was somewhere over here. I remember this mountain. I remember in our first trailer is like, it's right over here somewhere. Yeah, I remember we shot a shot like on this peak. Well, part of it was the game used to be 16 versus 16, and we made it 12v12, and then we realized this was just way too big. Like, there's this entire like forest area, and I think like lighting's obviously broke on this, so it's super dark. But I mean, this map is just astronomical. The right side of Yamai, that's where I'm at, right? No? Yeah, this Yamai's right here. It's somewhere over here. And we used to have fire arrows, and if you shot like any hay bales, they'd catch on fire. We had like a trailer where a guy ran through here and got like blown up. Oh, looking at it. So this is Yamai. Is it over here somewhere? Oh, right side of Yamai, like over here. Oh, hold on. This map's just so gigantic. The original Yari is huge too. I'll open that one for fun. Is it over here? I mean, yeah, we could have had like 12v12 in any of these map corners. They're gigantic. All right, I need unlit mode to find this freaking thing. Is it even in this one too, or is it only in the original or the new Gifu? Well, I'll go back to the other one because I want to see where it's at. And then I'm going to open original Yari. What I do really miss about Yari, and I'll talk about it when we go to it. So it's over here. There it is. It's just a bamboo fence post that's right there for some reason. The Legend of the Stick Samurai. We're looking for our old Easter eggs in our own game that we forgot where they were. There it is. The Legend of the Stick Samurai. That's one of our bot names too, so that's where it came from. Speaking of that, what do you guys think about this? Ajani proposed it, and it's hilarious. So when you beat the tutorial, Um, when you beat the tutorial, you get a boken, like a wooden boken, as an equipable item, and the weapon does 25% less damage, and it's like the expert weapon. Like if you can beat people's asses with the boken, then you're like super badass. I'm so glad that someone took the liberty to pin stories. But we don't have a. Oh, you had crashes tonight, Zabas? Were you on ship? Were you on testing branch? Or like regular branch? We'll diagnose this live. We'll do it live. You're on normal branch? Alright. So I need this to be. In the shipping build folder. Why is this search bar so damn big? We'll do it live. Okay, copy the dump. I will show live what I do when you guys send me crashes. I copy it into the folder where the debug file and the exe are, because it has to use them, and then I let it load, and I'll do other stuff while that happens. So I think it's original Yari. What sucks is there is a map. We were prototyping Yari forever ago, and I had made a version to kind of point level design in the right direction, and it was probably one of my favorite blockouts I've ever made. And but it kind of made the person mad that they felt like I was stepping on their toes. So I got rid of it, and I can't. The map file just like got deleted, or I don't know exactly what happened, but it's gone forever, and it was way better than any Yari we've ever had. This map. So this is the original Mount Yari, and what I really miss about it, this map's gigantic too, is maybe it might not be in this version. It might be the second one. It's in the second one. But yeah, this map, the middle's kind of the same, but the pathway there is huge, and there are like way more routes. Like I think the bases now are like here, or like even like here. But it was. This is like where the spawn area was. It was huge. So then we did this version. That's the one. That's what I miss. The water, the pond. That was a cool area. I think it's over here. We added like this little pond, and we used to have the scroll. Excuse me, would spawn in 3 different spots at random, and then it wouldn't always be the same spawn point. And we put one of them on this little like water pond island, and everyone always talks about this area too. Ajani and Connor bring it up all the time. You've brought it up, Zabas. I think about this area for that map, and we just it just didn't make it. Oh yeah, and the middle was a death pit in this version. So there is precedence for death pits in our game. I actually really, really hated the death pit in this map. It was really stupid. And then the version we have now is like was made in a day, and it's really my least favorite map in the game. I don't really like it at all, and it sucks because it's one of the most symbolically important maps. It's a shame. Yeah, the water side path. If I could like easily make that work in the current one, I would. Maybe in a we'll make another like we'll make like a Yari overpass map or like a different Yari themed map with the same art that uses that as like a main focal point. Because our art library is 10 years old. We like there's so much in it. We can make maps pretty. I mean, yeah, my castle was made pretty fast. I didn't really make that much new stuff for it. The gate, a trim sheet for like the bridge stuff, and the walls were pretty much a retexture of Hanako Castle. So I'm gonna take a peek at my bug list real quick. That's fixed. That's fixed. That's fixed. All right. Now let's make the banners smaller because they're really distracting on the player. Even though these are kind of the size they're supposed to be. And I might move around like where they go. And please give me feedback on this. There's no logical like the way the back shape is hard to put it in the sash. That's where it looked like they were in like reference photos. But when I make them smaller, I think a lot of them can look like they come out of the back of the shirt and not the ninja's butthole. So this one was these are just sockets, and I just scaled this by the socket. So I think I'm gonna just do like 0.25, 2, and 0.2. I think something like this is probably better. And then what I'm gonna do, since they're smaller, I had this on. I'm gonna actually delete this socket and re-add it on a higher spine bone. Why is there such a huge difference from the neck and the spine? That's a huge difference. It's a weird rig. I think I'm gonna put this off the neck bone. Nah, I'll do spine 3. The socket's by name, so I'll do banner socket. And then let me add preview mesh. It's Sashimono. And then the whole thing was just like, I just did this by hand or by eyeball. It's just using the in-game flag, and then I scaled down the socket. This, you could tell I really took my time making this. So I'll do 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. And then it needs to be offset to like right there. It looks like it's coming out of like the armor kind of. And then I honestly think it could be like a little bit that way and maybe like point. Yeah, so it breaks silhouette, but it's not so annoying. So let's try that out real quick. I've been using Gifu as my test map instead of my actual test map because I want to see like real lighting. It's clipping through the helmet, so I need to angle it a little bit. I think I can do that real time and it'll update. I probably should make a new model where it's like just cut off, but is this as annoying to you guys as the old one? Like, it's pretty small. With it being on that spine, the higher upper spine bone, it kind of goes crazy with animation. Oh, it totally breaks with medium stance because the back twist is so weird. I might have to move it down a spine bone. And this is why you test. That's silly looking. Well, that almost worked out. I'm gonna move it down a spine bone. Should have just left it. You know what? I'm gonna just undo this until it's back to the original. There we go. Oh, Ron, what's up, man? How have you been? Let me try this again. Wait, how the heck did this get changed from test mode? There we go. Now it kind of is like stuck out of the back then. I actually don't even remember trying this. It's a little weird. Maybe I need to move it to neck. I don't hate it this size though. I don't hate this. I think this is probably okay. Like it's a little weird in this because it's so low in the hierarchy. All right, let me try it neck just to make sure that it's not better. I'm just gonna rename this to like banner socket 2 so I can keep it, and I'll just use the just getting ready for release. Working on the Galactic Star Cruiser during the day and working on this at night. Trying to get everything ready. So I'm just going to approximate this, and then I'll tweak it later if it works. So it's always negative 90, 0, 90, and then I had like 0.35, 0.3, 0.2. And then I'm going to just like do something like that. Ooh, no, the scale's bad. It was 0.25, 0.3. Yeah, I think it was something like that. We haven't planned one yet. We probably should. Like, I haven't even had time. It's rough. It's rough. I've just too much on my plate for release. Ooh, there we go. I think neck, this was the one. Yeah, this was the right call. This is the best of the options. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate it just a little bit so you can see it. So I'm just gonna like rotate it like this just a little bit, just so you can see it. I always wanted to rent out Ra in Atlanta, the sushi house. That's like it's all like red lit with all the like sake containers like hanging from the ceiling, like they look exactly like the sake containers in the game. If I could find a market stall that had them, they're all sold out. Let me go to base where I know they are. These things. They have like a whole bunch of them like hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, I think this is a more appropriate size for them. Like the old ones were so big and distracting that it like broke silhouette. I I actually think I might make a couple more tiny tweaks to it. I'm gonna move it like this way a tad and up just a little bit, because this is like has almost like edge tension with the head. All right, next character. But oh yeah, I never finished my story about Ra. So I guess an employee got in a fight with a customer and ended up shooting and killing the customer or injuring them badly. And I don't think anyone goes to that sushi place anymore. Yeah, it's pretty alarming how often that's happening downtown and midtown and everywhere nowadays. It's scary. I don't go there. I don't go to Atlanta ever unless I have to. Everyone's shooting each other for any reason, over petty arguments. It's really pretty awful. So let me see, banner socket. This one is like, I'm gonna move this one to the neck too, just because I think that's why is there so much space? These rigs are so weird. They're old. Okay, so this one's different. So this is 90, 0, negative 90. And then let me go ahead and get 0.25, 0.3, 0.2. These are going to be different for like every class too. So this might be like 0.3. What? That's terrifying. There's no way this just is like not gonna clip with helmets and stuff. I think that's just okay. I don't think gamers are gonna care. If they don't like it, they won't equip this item. Oh, I'm stupid. That took me a second. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's not too bad. You can see it when you're running. Yeah, I think the neck socket's the right place for this. I actually think I want this one a little bit lower. Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of like fight and tune this out. It's not so big. I'm much happier with that. This would be cool though, because we could just like update the texture and replace it, and just do like we could do some cool social cause stuff. I think this one was the only one where it actually worked in his belt. I might leave him this way and just fix the scale. Let me try. Oh yeah, the crash. Oh, what the heck just happened? It just like minimized everything. Hold on a second. Your crash as a boss was a DirectX, what's it called, crash? Driver crash. In other words, not our fault, but it is our problem. And there's really nothing we can do about that. Oh yeah, the E-Tase is cool down there, like in his belt. And it's like small. Doesn't get in the way of his shots. Yeah, that's neat. I actually like the positioning of his better than any of the other classes. Nice. I really like the banners on other players though. Like I like when I see people running around with them. It looks cool. Ooh, I actually don't want to check out Gifu. Alright, Ninja. Oh yeah, he was another one. He's the one where it's coming out of his butthole. Yeah, his shape, like there's, I guess it could just come out of, so what do you guys think? Should I try to force it to come out of one of these ropes? I guess maybe even the second rope would make sense too. Or try to have it like come out of the like hay shoulder pad things, or leave it coming out of his butthole. Yeah, I just don't want it like poking through. Let me try like moving it to where it looks like it's like behind this rope. Like something like this. His is a lot more angled than the other classes, but I'm kind of okay with it. But it might need to come up depending on how it looks in game. Sometimes it like clashes with the character silhouette. Other times it doesn't. I also really hate the camera. Like, I actually think I might, these back curtains, I might turn camera collision back on. Oh yeah, it's kind of small enough in game that it's fine. It doesn't really look like it's coming out of his anus anymore. But yeah, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it, since the ninja's so small, I'm gonna make this a little bit thinner. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. It kind of looks like it's coming out of the second rope now. Like the bottom ropes. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And when he's like idling, it you can see it pretty well with the way he's rotated. It's kind of neat. The only thing that's really stupid for the ninja with this is dive roll is hilarious because it makes no sense now, but it's it honestly is, this animation is so fast it almost doesn't even matter. It almost looks like it disappears. Okay, there's one thing that I wanted to fix. Now that I'm actually pretty happy with where that's at. Submit that. So I noticed tonight the keybinds thing. I need to see how it's made before I think about it. So in HUD, there's the ability. Okay, so I need to get the ability bar. So I need the key bindings widget. The first thing I need to do is this. I need to delete that. And then it's going to bitch about I think it was like showing that text behind stuff. Key, does this have, the action mapping doesn't have action label. Key container. Maybe it does, maybe this is redundant. Huh, I might be able to fix another bug, but anyway, let me see. Set key. So is it default mapping action? Does the bind screen, so what I'm trying to do is, so you replace a keybind, let's say for your abilities, and then on your bar, the bind wouldn't update until you died. So I need to basically set up a thing that says like when you close the settings menu or something, it updates your HUD. Actually, that's a lot easier than what I'm doing. So what I can do is do a Okay, so I have a back event in here somewhere. Here we go. Is in game. True. I'm already calling some stuff from the HUD. So what I can do. I'm gonna make some room. I need to get main widget, which I already know is the name of like the WB HUD widget. I need to get ability. I think get ability list. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do get children, get all children. I have to loop through this. On complete, it'll do the other shit that it needs to do. Okay, and then this needs to cast to WB ability button. Or is it ability icon? I honestly can't even remember anymore. Let me look. You guys still with me out there? Who's still watching? Oh, it's WB HUD ability. And then here I think I have like an update binding already. Update bindings. Which just to make sure, let me see what this function is. Yep, it's exactly what I want. Okay, so I can test this out. So if I rebind this before to like mouse side, it wouldn't actually update there. And I can't, because settings covers it, I can't see. It looks like it already worked. What I don't understand though is why there's still text behind this. I think I know why. Yeah, okay, so that works, and then the dynamic updating for controller switch still works. I have a gamepad on my desk I'm moving between. Cool, so that works. I want to test one other thing. So there's like text behind the shit. I don't even know where that's coming from. I think it might be this, because this object has a text box in it already. So what I'm going to do, just in case, I'm going to hide this and just see if that text goes away. Yep, that's what it was. And it updates on close. All right, so that bug's fixed. That was kind of an annoying one. Alright, I have an idea here. So bow sweep hasn't been working. And let me drop into client so I can try it again. I was working, I had it working in editor, but it doesn't work in game. And it's probably one of the most pointless abilities in the game, but I think it's just because it doesn't work. So let me see how this shit's configured. Oh yeah, hey Arthur, are you still here? Let me show you something really quick. So in blueprints, weapons, Yumi, there's blueprints for all the projectile types. Most of them aren't used actually, but there's BP Arrows of the Fallen, and there's actually BP Arrow, there's a particle comp in here that references FX Arrows of the Fallen. You can either update this in Cascade, or if you end up needing Niagara and you feel like you can't do what you want to do in Cascade, let me know, and I can have Ajani change this to accept either. Or I can change it to accept either type. So this is for the one that's in the air. Like when you let it go, it shoots the arrows up. So you can change this here. You can check this blueprint out, no problem. And then you can just fire the ability. Now the other part of this is all of our ground target abilities have a second, basically this blueprint is the projectile. When they actually hit, it's called an exploder. So in blueprint abilities, there's this Exploder ET ult and Exploder AOTF. This Exploder AOTF is where the explosion effect is. And it just uses, I think it uses this and this. Falling effects. This is the arrows like actually coming down. So it shoots the one that's the arrows going up. They disappear, and then there's the landing part at the end. And then this is when it actually hits the ground. So there's 3 effects that make up how all of these exploder things work. So the exploder AOTF and then the blueprint that's in Blueprint Weapons Yumi. You can just swap the references there. And if you end up forgetting where the thing is, just in Content Browser, just search for Exploder. There's only 2 of them, so. Or you could search for Arrows of the Fallen too. We have to put Arrows of the Fallen for the other blueprint. There's like shooting in the air, the arrows coming down, and then the actual explosion. BP Arrows of the Fallen, that the main projectile blueprint, that's where the one that shoots in the air is. And this one is, it's kind of weird how it works. It's just like the arrows getting shot. I don't even know if this one works very well, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you want any of these to be Niagara, just let me know. They're all Cascade right now. And I'm okay if you use the that kind of white sky blue, that kind of, we kind of have that like icy-ish motif for him, but I'm also cool with it just being like the cartoony fire, because that's somewhat realistic. Actually, the ETL has like more of like a green blue. And then falling arrows are in the exploder. Exploder underscore AOTF. And it's this falling effects. And then the explosion effect is when it actually hits. And then while we're at it, in that same Yumi folder, there's a spread shot projectile, which has the spread shot trail, which is just the like smoke. But if you wanted to add anything to make the make that smoke look cooler, or any additional like sub emitters, that's where this is. This one might be an easier one to stay in Cascade. And I believe Venomous Needles is the exact same way. I think there's yeah, in this weapons thrown, there's BP Venomous Needles, and it's the same thing, Venomous Needles trail. Because it makes a cone, it just puts this trail attached to each projectile that it makes, and then in the table, it's where I define like how many there are. So you really only need like a single trail, and it just gets socketed to that little dagger. Just a FYI. Same thing for Smoke Bomb. Smoke Bomb, actually, I think the particle for Smoke Bomb is doesn't even have a hook. It's just spawn emitter at location with an emitter template. You could replace this with the Niagara call if you wanted to. Oh, this one has a team switch, so it looks at the team and it does like a red or green depending on if you're on Hanako or Yamai. It really just should have been a select node. I didn't know about select nodes when I made this. But honestly, you could just update the Smoke Bomb red and like the regular Smoke Bomb and just be done too. Or just do nothing. I'm fine with those ninja ones. They just look. It's just more of if you feel a unification pass is necessary. So what I'm going to do now, I guess I should just get the screenshot for the Jade Sword out of the way and make those icons real quick. Ooh, did I actually... How many weapons did I leave in here? Oh, just the gold sword. That's kind of annoying. Oh yeah, these are the ones that actually need the frame though. This one does not. Oh, excellent. I actually do have them. Okay. Well, while I'm at it then, I'm going to resave. I'm going to do some resaving so I don't have to re-render these. This will save me a lot of time. Weapons, this is Gold Katana. Game. Do I seriously have that open? Oh my god. It's gonna ask me to save all these. No, good. Okay, I think I already got the masks, yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So after that, should you get to it, let me think. We have the column destruction, the cart destruction that's used twice, which could use the wood splinters from the gate, just in like a radial kind of burst. There's the two forges, which are they're two different sims, but if there was like a brick chunk destruction pass, you could reuse that and just change parameters. So it's kind of 2-in-1. And then there's the Sakura destruction in Yamai Village, which could use similar. You could borrow wood splinters from the gate and also like some limbs and shit, and then that could get put on the fallen trees as well. Do you feel like that's fair to say that there's enough reuse between those that you wouldn't have to, like, it wouldn't be a huge time sink? And the only reason I ask is I at least want to get the Sakura tree destruction or the forge destruction in the trailer. And I'd rather it be with final effects than the ones that are in there. But if not, that's fair too. The trailer's gonna have to be done before, like, a week before game ships anyway. And I don't want to put too much on your plate. Though I will say that every effect you do makes the game better, so I'm a fan of getting stuff in there. Yeah, the animation's not changing at all. It would just be like the same thing you did for the gate. Like, there's an animation that's already there. Swap out the notify reference or replace it with a Niagara one, and done. Like, every single destruction has an animation montage. So you could just replace the existing one in each. I'm so glad that I already had these in a PSD. I did not want to retake these. I actually, I'll let you guys pick what I do next in a second once I get these saved out and take the jade. Because they're all item store related things that I want to do next. Oh, do I not have the evil Nagi in here? Yeah, it's a small price to pay. And then the fallen tree isn't really a destruction. It just falls and then it plays like I took a tree limb particle and I just like spawned that mesh spinning, and so it kind of looks like it breaks and all this, like when it actually fully destroys. But when it falls, I think I used the same effect of just like branches flying around, but um, it could either be like update the existing system, add wood splinters, and call it a day. I don't think any of them would be too hard. Um, yeah, the player dashes. I honestly think you could make just one, like make a an effect for each direction, and just reuse it on every class. The only exception would be for the ninja being dive roll. His just might want to be on. You might want to put those on like a lower socket, like put it on his legs or something. But I think it could be the same effect. The same action lines you used on pole vault, I think, are great for the dash. There's something on there already, but I don't think it's particularly good. Wait, why are there two of these? Just in case it forgets. And I want to know how much better these look. Crouching was in the game. It's something that we took out because it didn't really ever have a gameplay purpose, and we wanted to reduce our animator's workload because we only have one animator, and with his job and stuff, he was too busy to when we got into polish phase. I won't say that it'll never come back, but it wasn't super important to our gameplay. What did I just need to go in game for? I can't even remember now. Oh yeah, I just needed to go to the loadout screen. Oh yeah, it's much better with the cutout. Oh, I remember what I was doing before. I'm like so ADHD working on when I'm doing bug fixes. I keep jumping between like, oh, I'll fix a UI bug, now I'll fix an in-game bug, now I'll fix another bug. I was gonna look at how. So Ite sweep is a charge right now. Which supposed to be So yeah, by the way, if anyone's new to this, we do weekly events, usually every Wednesday, but with us shipping in a month and a week, we're doing Sundays as well, just so we can get more testing in. It's open to the public. Anyone that has the game can join. If you really want to join, you don't have the game, sometimes I'll give away keys. If you show up in Discord, there's a good chance that that'll happen. So this is a charge move. So is pole vault. There's no additional motion to it. It's configured the right way. I think it's just a bad ability. That's what I was gonna see. I was gonna see if I moved it to like as a combo or something, if it would work better. And it's just like one attack, and it's just like built into here. Because I think combos might actually be worse. I think these might use weapon collision. The other ones use the like capsule in front of the character. But maybe the ETAs just didn't change enough. No, his got scaled up too. It's supposed to use this as collision. But anyway. So let me go to, I have an item screenshot map that I take the screenshots. It's really kind of silly, but there's probably easier ways to do this. I'm just too lazy to make the original setup for it. Let's go ahead and get the Jade Sword. Here a screenshot, buffer visualization, because it gives you like an alpha channel. So it gives you this, and then it gives you like all the different render buffers, and there's always one that's like a solid fill that you can use as an alpha. So I can take this into photo chat. And then I need to remember what item ID this thing is. 1006. Okay. Where the heck did the game template go? Nope, that's not the one. Nope, there it is. God, why did they change hotkeys that they've had for like 15 years? And these are the ones that are actually like used on Steam. And then I have an action. Oh yeah, this one doesn't have. Can't remember what size the other ones are. That's small again. Oh, 200 by 200. I only need the game one for this. And then it needs to be changed to user interface. And I see I have the right click bug again. Seems like successfully clicking fixed it though. And then in the data asset for the skin, actually no, it's just in the store item table. All right. Did you already do player dashes? All right. So I need to reopen this because Unreal. I guess it's like if you shift right click, it just like breaks it. So I can start on gold skins and start with doing the gold armor set for the Kenshi. I can make a traditional Yumi skin for a weapon skin for the archer. I can get this helmet and basically re-art it to match our game style and make the clan skins. And this is, I think, going to be the early access OG helmet that you guys will get that have played early access. Or I can finish doing the JSON and Steam hookup for this. Choose your own adventure stream. Choose wisely. Yeah, I probably should too. I've been trying to stop it like 1 to 1:30 instead of like 4 in the morning and just start working earlier in the evening. Any other votes? What sucks about the Ite and the Ninja, their weapons have rigs that actually require like weighting and painting weights. So it's not like make the model, export, and you're done. It's like I'd have to actually go rig the Yumi to like so that it bends and like the string's set up properly, and it uses the same bones and bone names as the one in game, so animations don't have to be remade. Kusarigama is even harder. I can test shoulder bash real quick. I feel like I looked at it before, but I'll look at it again. I think they should have like it has this one streak, but I like the action lines with pole vault for these. Like not as many, but like 3 or 4 that are just like kind of up and above and below the longer dash. I think that's all it needs. And the dust is nice. If you really wanted to get fancy, you can make a parameter based on I was gonna say we could switch out the dust based on physical material. I don't know if Niagara can look at physical material, but it'd be cool because it could be like a little smoke puff or like a dirt puff or like depending on what surface you're on. But the general dust is fine. It'll work for everything. For the most, I think like the Kenshi, I literally took the trail that like black and yellow like weird trail, and I just put it on his body for the dash. It's really stupid. Yep, that's exactly what I did. It's real dumb. Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to do. Yeah, this looks stupid. I don't know anyone that buys the dodge on the Kenshi. Yeah, these are nice. Night, dude. I think I'm gonna head off too, guys. I might be back on tomorrow night. Everyone have a great evening, great day tomorrow.